Hello students, so in this video we'll see the structures passing through the foramen which are there over the norma basalis. So this is your incisive foramen. This incisive foramen will transmit the terminal part of the greater palatine vessels from palate to the nose, while anterior terminal part of the nasopalatine nerve from nose to the palate. Nasopalatine will come from nose to the palate, while greater palatine will go from palate to the nose. The greater palatine foramen will transmit the greater palatine vessels and anterior palatine nerve, both of which will traverse towards the incisive foramen or incisive fossa. Lesser palatine foramina will transmit the middle and the posterior palatine nerves. This palato-vaginal canal, if it is present, it will transmit the pharyngeal branch of pterygopalatine ganglion and a small pharyngeal branch of maxillary artery. While this vombrovaginal canal, if it is present, it will transmit the branches of pharyngeal nerve from the pterygopalatine ganglion. This foramen oval will transmit the four structures, that is mandibular nerve, accessory meningeal artery, lesser petrosal nerve, and emissary vein connecting the cavernous sinus with that to the pterygoid plexus of the vein. Foramen spinosum. This foramen spinosum will transmit the three structures, that is middle meningeal artery, middle and posterior division of the middle meningeal vein, and meningeal branch of mandibular nerve. Emissary sphinal foramen, this if it is present, it will transmit the emissary vein connecting the cavernous sinus with that to the pterygoid venous plexus. While when present, this canalicularis innominatus will transmit the lesser petrosal nerve. Carotid canal. This carotid canal will transmit the internal carotid artery and the venous and the sympathetic plexus around the artery. Foramen lacerum. This foramen lacerum, during the life, the lower part is mostly closed and it will transmit only the meningeal branch of ascending pharyngeal artery and the emissary vein from the cavernous sinus. While the upper part of this foramen lacerum will transmit the internal carotid artery along with the sympathetic plexus and venous plexus, which enters from this posterior end of the carotid canal, and then it will traverse through this petrous temporal bone and will come over here. In anterior part of the foramen, the greater petrosal nerve unites with this sympathetic plexus, which forms the deep petrosal nerve, and both of them they will form the nerve to pterygoid canal, which will transmit to the pterygoid through the pterygoid canal to the pterygopalatine fossa. Over here lies the petrotympanic fissure between this tympanic plate and the tegmen tympani, petrous part of the temporal bone, which is petrotympanic fissure is formed, and it will transmit the chorda tympani nerve, anterior ligament of the malleus, and anterior tympanic artery. Three structures will traverse through this from this medial end of this petrotympanic fissure. Foramen magnum will transmit the many structures from its narrow anterior part. The three structures will transmit, that is apical ligament of Dens, vertical band of cruciate ligament, and membrana tectoria, where from its wider posterior part the lower part of the medulla will transmit and the three meninges around it. Subarachnoid space around the meninges will transmit the structures, that is spinal accessory nerve on either side, that is two spinal accessory nerve, two vertebral artery, two sympathetic plexus on either side, then two posterior spinal artery and one anterior spinal artery. This hypoglossal canal will transmit the hypoglossal nerve, meningeal branch of hypoglossal nerve, then meningeal branch of ascending pharyngeal artery, and emissary vein connecting the sigmoid sinus with the internal jugular vein. Posterior condylar canal, if it is present, it will transmit the emissary vein connecting the sigmoid sinus with that to the suboccipital venous plexus. This jugular foramen, it will transmit from its anterior part, it will transmit the inferior petrosal sinus and meningeal branch of ascending pharyngeal artery will transmit from its anterior part. From its middle part, the 9th, 10th and 11th cranial nerve will transmit, while through the posterior part, it will transmit the internal jugular vein and meningeal branch of occipital artery. This glossopharyngeal notch, which is there in relation to the medial part of the anterior wall of jugular foramen, will lodge the inferior ganglion of the glossopharyngeal nerve. Mustard canal equally present in the lateral wall of the jugular fossa. This jugular fossa lateral wall will transmit auricular branch of the vagus. Now it goes laterally and it comes out over here from this tympanomastoid fissure. Tympanic canaliculi, if it is present over here, it will transmit the tympanic branch of glossopharyngeal nerve. Stylomastoid foramen will transmit the facial nerve and stylomastoid branch of the posterior auricular artery. Well, cochlear canaliculi present over here will transmit the aqueduct of cochlea. So these are the structures which traverse through different foramen of the norma basalis.